What's up guys, this is TCG Sam here, and in today's video I got Hanko Chow's first place Prank Kids remote duel deck profile, and I'm going to be testing it out and seeing how well it works. But before we begin, I just want to ask you guys to please remember, if you haven't already, leave a like, comment, subscribe, because it really helps keep me motivated to keep posting more videos, and it really helps help the channel grow. And I've also noticed that a very small percentage of my viewers are actually subscribed, so if you could do me a favor and just in a very civilized manner, click that like button, click that subscribe button, it would really help me out and I'd really appreciate it. But without any further ado, let's just hop straight into it. So, starting off the list, the first thing you notice is the multitude of going second cards in his main deck. So he has triple Dark Ruler No More, triple Mystic Mine, triple Evenly, triple Droplets, and then of course Ash and Droll. So the thing with Prank Kids is they can act as a one card combo deck, and while they're one card combo, like doesn't always net you like in the most disruptions, especially if you're playing around Nibiru. Like that just allows you to play all these supporting cards to like blow out your opponent. So cards like Mystic Mine, Dark Ruler, Evenly Match are huge blowouts. It's like as long as you just draw one Prank Kids, you pretty much have the full combo, which is a really nice part about this deck. In the side deck, you notice that he has Lancia, triple Gamma Steel to out stuff like Herald of Ultimateness or Perfection. I don't know which one it is. Then the back row removal and the judgments for going first. And the extra deck seems pretty standard. It's nice that you get to make Dweller and Toad in this deck because you have cards like Parallel and Dropsies, which is nice. And of course you have access to Access Go Talker and the Nightmares, and of course all your Prank Kids links. These two cards are incredible. But yeah, that's all I gotta say before we go in. 44 cards is interesting. I personally would not play 44, but then again, I'm not a Prank Kids player, so maybe this number is correct for Prank Kids. I can't really say. But yeah, anyways, without further ado, let's just hop straight into a duel. Alright, so getting into the duel, I win a die roll, and I choose to go first, despite all his going second cards. I think it still makes sense for Prank Kids to go first. And our opening hand is Droplets, Reborn, Roxy's, Fansies, Roxy's. Our opponent has Shade, Unexpected Die, Monster Reborn, Lee, and Transmodify. So if he was going first, this would have been a nasty hand. Lee and Transmodify, as you know, may or may not know, in World Chalice is quite a good hand, because I'm pretty sure it gets you to your full end board, because you summon Venus and all that crazy stuff. But we're going first. I normal summon Roxy's, activate Roxy's as Chain Link 1. I mean, if he had Ash, then I guess it would kind of suck, but I really didn't see a way I could play around. I don't think I could have played around Ash. If he had it, he had it, but he didn't. So I banished the Roxy's, draw an Ash, and special summon a Water from my deck. Next, I link the two into Dodo, and here I decide to use Dropsies because first of all, like I decided I wanted to see if he would play Nib, because if he didn't play Nib, I could just extend and get a double Battle Butler on his turn. But then if he played Nib and he punished me, it really wasn't that big of a deal because I had Monster Reborn to bring back the Dodo. Dodo could tribute and add back the two guys I needed for the fusion play anyways, so it didn't really matter. So he dropped me summon Lampsies. So yeah, what I mean here is if he nibbed, like it didn't really matter. I could have just Reborn, add back Water and Rock, and then on my opponent's turn I still have a double Butler play, so it didn't really matter. Here I activate Dodo, adding back Dropsies, adding back Roxy's. This is a nice thing. Your one card combo pretty much gets you to this point where you get double Battle Butler in your opponent's turn plus 3 monsters. So that's really good with a card like Forbidden Droplets, because you can just negate and pretty much an infinite amount of monsters, which is just really nice. But going on to our opponent's turn, starts with Unexpected Die, summons the Chosen. Interestingly, he doesn't just try to go straight into battle phase to force out my my Pandemonium. But here I decide to Pandemonium because I'm actually aware that the World Chalice Link monsters, when they're sent to the graveyard, you special a guy from hand. I didn't want to just make it when I blow it up and then he just summons a guy from hand. So I decided to nuke here and force him to have extenders in his hand, because that was his normal summon and his one pseudo extender. So I chain Butler on top of that. Really nice Meow Mew, allows you to tribute, banish it instead of tributing Butler. That keeps up the pressure on your opponent. I summoned 3 guys from the decks. Like, yeah, this is pretty much the extent of the one card combo. It's really nice, honestly. My opponent then goes Lee, adding stuff back to the hand, Activating Shade Brigandine. Shade Brigandine, this is gonna turn into Imduck. That's the additional summon. Tribute summons for World Chalice. And then he summons Lee. Activates Transmodify. I kind of have to Ash here. And then from here, my opponent has the Monster Reborn, the last extender in his hand. And then I just I let everything go through because the protection effect only occurs on, I believe, Ib, the Link 2 that points side to side. So I felt like I could just let everything go and blow up his board right after. And that's exactly what I do. I let him summon his 2 guys. Then I Battle Butler, just destroy his whole board. And he wasn't really aware that I could Battle Butler twice, which is just crazy, honestly. You get 2 Raigekis plus this follow-up, which is just so nice off of 1 card. Go into game 2. My opponent goes first, I go second. Just to note, I did side out Mystic Mind because I absolutely hate that card. Yeah, I know it's a good card, but I just personally hate playing it. But I forgot to side out set rotation, so this is a completely dead card in my hand. Our hand though is Lampsey, set rotation, Roxy's, Parallel, and Pandemonium. Parallels are super nice, especially if you're going second, because you can chain block your Roxy's or your whatever rank is you normal, which is just so nice. My opponent opens with World Legacy, Guard Dragon, Gamma Seal, Shine Ball, Avarice. So starting off his plays, I'm just going to fast forward it because I don't have any hand traps. He goes for his regular World Chalice plays, and this is the kind of crazy thing about World Chalice is the World Chalice card itself, it summons 2 from the deck, and then he has a card like Avarice as a recovery plus an extender to hopefully draw into 2 cards, which is super nice. Draws Venus and Lee, which is incredible, honestly. And from here, he gets the set World Legacy Succession. The Imduck summons the World Lee from hand. Interestingly enough, here he brings back Imduck. I thought he'd discard Venus somehow by getting this in the grave, but it doesn't matter. He's still able to. He still doesn't use Orum's effects, which is nice because Orum can reduct 5 any monster in your graveyard, not just World Chalice. So as long as you get Venus into the graveyard somehow, you're just in a good spot. Summons Phoenix and then discards the Venus to add back the Lee. Orum effect, tributing the. Supposed to be tributing the Ib to summon back the Venus. And Venus is an incredible card. Not once per turn, you get 3 free bodies on the board, which is just insane. Our opponent links up for Saryuja. Thankfully, he doesn't draw a card like Kyoto Waterfront. Otherwise, I could have been in really deep trouble. Puts back those 3. Then he gets to summon the last Shine Ball from his deck. And from here, I thought it was a little interesting. He didn't turn the Shine Ball into like an Imduck or something, because I believe he still had 1 more in his extra deck, or at least a Link Spider, to make sure Exodius could shuffle back all 3 Shine Balls into his deck. But anyways, Exodius is also really nice because you shuffle back the Shine Ball, and that just lets you use Venus all over again, as while recycling your resources. So it's just super nice. Venus gets to summon, and then turns those 2 into another Phoenix. This was interesting. I'm not sure if he had a better Link 2 or whatever, but he makes a Trigate. Venus summons out more guys, turning the Venus and the Exodius into an Ib. Saryuja effects special summon Lee from hand, and then make an IP pass. So on this board, he has 1 negate off a Trigate, and then IP can link away the Lib to shuffle a card, and then IP can make either Appaloosa. Can't really make Unicorn because he has no cards in hand. They can make Appaloosa in theory, which could actually just destroy me. Especially because we draw Droll and Lockbird for turn, which just really does nothing. My plan here was normal summon Roxy's. If he decided to IP here and use Lib to shuffle back, then I think I would have been in really deep trouble, because even if I would try to chain the Pandemonium. I think if he knows what the deck does, he would definitely negate it with Trigate, but I guess we really don't know, because he lets it all go, which lets me chain block stuff with Parallel Exceed and Roxy's. He actually chooses to negate the Parallel, which I found interesting, and then Roxy banish, draw 1, Roxy summons from deck, I have a Fansies, and from here, I really don't care if he IPs links away Lib and shuffles back Fansies, because I still have a fusion play, but because I just drew plates, which was just an incredible draw. Activating place, I add Dropsies, and I attempt to go Battle Phase to force out the Masquerena, and he uses it here. Makes a Ningirsu for some reason. I guess he just doesn't play Appaloosa. But Lib's effect is nice. It lets him shuffle back my fancies. And if I didn't have the Pandemonium here, I'd be in a very, very bad spot. But luckily, I drew Pandemonium. Pandemonium, excuse me. It's just super nice because this turns into 2 more Prank Kids monsters right after, which is pretty cool. I get 2 of my effects. I summon out Fansies and summon out Dropsies. Here I was trying to go for Toad, but I kind of forgot that Prank Kids Pandemonium locked me into Prank Kids monsters, so that was a misplay. But it doesn't really matter, because here I'm able to make a Dodo and use the Fansies all over again because I didn't use it yet because he shuffled it back. So, yeah, as you can see here, I summoned the 2 Dropsies when I really shouldn't have, but it is what it is. Add a Pandemonium off of Dodo. Then we go battle phase. I swing over his Trigate with the Rocket Ride, and then Dodo swings over because Prank Kids Places made them lose attack. Just keep that in mind. Even though Saryuji gave them attack, Prank Kids Place just made them lose attack. Go into main phase 2. I activate Prank Kids Rocket Ride to summon back the 2 guys from the graveyard, and then activate Dodo Doodle Doo. That lets me just grab back Pranks, which is a nice recovery play, and then Roxy's. So I'm able to activate Pranks, set Pandemonium, and then during the end phase, Pranks effect lets me shuffle 3 back into my extra deck and draw a card, or 3 Prank Kids back into my deck and then draw a card, which is nice. Draw Dark Ruler doesn't really do anything, but it's nice in case he's able to come back. And you can notice here that the nice thing is you always have at least like 1 follow-up. So even if my whole board got wiped, if I Pandemoniumed away everything, summoned all my guys out, butlered him twice, and he still was able to break the board, I still have a recovery and Prank Kids Roxy's, which is just absolutely incredible, honestly. I really like this deck because of its recovery plays and because of its just like 1 card combo potential. My opponent sets Unexpected Die. Here I thought Lee could send any card and add it back to hand. I didn't want to do that, so I activate Prank Kids Pandemonium here. Trying to go for Butler. A misplay here. I forgot this was made by IP Masquerena and it can't be destroyed by card effects, so kind of goof on my part. But like I think in the end, really, if he could have just used his effect to send the Pandemonium, and I would have been stuck with all the Prank Kids on the boards that don't really do anything. So it's not really that bad because I'm able to summon all my Prank Kids out, and essentially he's able to like clear my Butler and also clear one of my monsters. Oh, another thing is I forgot to use Butler effect to summon something back, so you can tell my inexperience with this deck because when I send to the graveyard by my opponent's card, I can bring back any non-fusion monster in the grave, so I could just brought back another free body on the board. Just even though it wouldn't do much other than a free link material, it could have been huge. So clears my board. I forgot to dump a place to summon the Fansies, I believe. So next I make a Meow Moo, summon Dropsies from deck. Let's overlay for Toad, because overlay for Toad after doing my Dodo Doodle Doo play. This is just super good because I was still able to go into a card like Access Code right after this because I could have just activated Instant Fusion. This card is incredible too if you summon a card like Rocket Ride because you just bring back 2 free monsters, which is just super insane. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me, guys. I apologize, I was a little rusty with this deck. It's like my first time playing it, so the plays may not have been ideal, but I think that just goes to show that how powerful this deck is. And congrats to Hanko for taking first place with this deck. But yeah, anyways, that's gonna do it for me, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe, because it really helps keep me motivated to keep posting more videos like this. But yeah, with that being said, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I will see you soon.